To explain the impact on the pelvic floor and the onset of urine leaks during exercise, let's take the example of the snatch in weightlifting. During this movement, the lifted load adds stress to the various structures of the body involved in the movement, particularly the abdominopelvic cavity. Once the bar is overhead, the movement can be broken down into 3 key moments. The downward phase, the moment when flexion is at its maximum, and finally the upward phase. In the initial phase, the downward forces of the bar's weight pass through the arms and add up in the abdominopelvic cavity via the shoulders and thorax. Compression of the organs in the pelvic area is therefore significant and impactful. The bladder is compressed between the pelvic floor and the uterus, which bears pressure from the entire upper visceral mass. The pelvic floor undergoes a funnel effect due to the concentration of applied forces. During the descending phase, the significant activation of the quadriceps and adductors creates tension, promoting the widening of the pelvic floor. This tension reaches its maximum during full flexion and before the beginning of the ascent. If there is co-contraction of the pelvic floor and the transverse muscle during the movement, as shown on the right, the pressure on the pelvic organs and the pelvic floor is reduced, limiting or even prevent the onset of stress urinary incontinence. Without this co-contraction of the pelvic floor muscles and the transverse, as in the model on the left, pressure can increase the risk of urinary leaks. This lack of support can also limit sports performance. Following all instructions, such as contracting your pelvic floor and activate your core, extend your all-body length, and controlling your breath, may not be easily sustained during maximal efforts often performed while holding one's breath. Nevertheless, repeating these instructions during technical or submaximal exercises should facilitate anticipatory postural adjustment.